Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, I wasn't going to do a video about this, but then I was like, all right, let me just do a video about this. Because I swear, I think some people be writing comments on my, under my videos just to get me to do videos like this. Like, I really feel like this is happening now. But anyway, so I did a video the other day where I was talking about, stop trying to control women. And basically, that was a video response to someone else who wrote a comment who was basically talking about like boundaries and, they were saying, the guy was saying, oh, Mr. Locario, you ain't got no boundaries, and how you gonna, let your girl want attention from other guys and blah, 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 all this other stuff, right? So now, this dude named Alpha's Design, he sent this comment under the video, and he put this comment under the video. So I'm going to read you the comment, and then I'm going to, go in. Okay, so this one says, Locario, you're a good coach. I respect that, but you didn't get the dude's point. So he's talking about the guy that I was making a video about. He says, there should be boundaries. It's a fact that women cheat from time to time. We red pill guys know that, but at least she should be discreet about it. It's not ego, it's respect. Your idea of open relationship with your wife is weird as fuck. What's the point of getting married and being in an open relationship? You can fool others, but you can't fool me. You don't find your wife sexually attractive enough, but she brings other things to the table, financial help. You married her for what she brings to the table. Her sexual market value is extremely low, which makes her willing to compromise your open relationship idea in order to stay married to you. This is why you are in an open relationship. The person you really want to be with is your girlfriend. Obviously, you can't accept that on YouTube because you don't want your wife to feel some type of way. I know the situation you are in right now. I got a lot of friends in the same situation. You can try to rationalize it, but we know exactly why you are in an open relationship. Marriage and open relationship is completely synonymous. All right, so first of all, you said marriage and open relationships is completely synonymous. I don't know if you understand the definition of synonymous, because I'm not even going to get into all that. But anyway, so the real reason why I'm doing this video is because, I want to give people a little bit more information about open relationships, but also to give you guys even a different perspective on marriage and commitment. Because a lot of times, especially when I'm talking to men, the main thing on your mind is pussy. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get guys to understand that there's different levels to the game. You feel me? But the thing is this, as I'm reading your comments, right? As I'm reading your comment, what I can tell is that you most likely have never been in a long-term committed relationship. And the reason why I say this is because if you were actually ever in a long-term committed relationship, whether it's monogamous or an open relationship, whatever type of relationship, but it's a long-term committed relationship, you would understand that you can actually be extremely attracted to the person you're with and also be attracted to other people, right? Because for some reason in your, mind or whatever, you think that it's this thing where if you're with a person, you only want to be with them. You already have that monogamous sort of like thought process, because you're saying, well, you're only with your wife because of this other stuff, and you're not really attracted to her, but you really want to be with your girlfriend. So you're making it seem as if, I'm only with my wife just to have her as a placeholder, and then I was looking for another woman who I really wanted, which was my girlfriend. It's a bunch of bullshit. You understand? So again, you seem not to understand that you can be in a relationship with someone you're attracted to and still be attracted to other people. So if you're in a monogamous relationship, you will be attracted to other people. If you're in an open relationship, you are going to be attracted to other people, and you have the ability to deal with those other people because you're in that open relationship, right? Now, what I find funny about most people when they talk about open relationships is that they sort of look at it as like a joke. You understand? You know, they'll have the the notion of, oh, well, the only reason you're in an open relationship is because you haven't found the right person yet. When you find the right person, then you're going to want to be with just that person. You understand? See, this is the thing. When you're talking about open relationships, right? You have to understand what you're talking about. You can't look at open relationships in the sort of same way that you're looking at monogamy. You see what I'm saying? And see, in your comment, you're saying, the situation that I'm in right now, and you got a lot of friends in the same situation. I'm sure you do not have a lot of friends in the same situation because you don't know what you're talking about. See, what you probably have is a friend who is in a monogamous relationship with his girl and is cheating on his girl with some other girl he actually wants to be with. And you're trying to relate that to an open relationship, which is not. You see what I'm saying? But let me break down, this whole open marriage thing, because a lot of people ask me, they're like, what's the point of being, in a open marriage or being married if you're in an open relationship and all this other stuff, right? And see, what I want to break down is not only the point of being in an open marriage, but the point of even getting a relationship to the point of a marriage. Like, why would any guy do that? Because, of course, on the internet, you got MGTOW, you got, the red pill, you got the whole manosphere, like, oh, you can't get married because of this and because of that, right? So let me break this down. See, what you guys got to understand is that there's levels to this game, right? And so the point of even being married or even having a girlfriend, right, is that you are taking the relationship to another level. And so when you take it to another level, there are other things you get. There's other benefits you get, but beyond pussy, right? So basically what I'm saying is that the experience or the benefits that you're going to get from a fuck buddy is not the same experience and benefits that you're going to get from a girlfriend, and not the same experience and benefits that you would actually get from a wife. See, the reason why a lot of marriages end up fucked up in society is basically it's because it's the man's fault. And the reason why it's the man's fault is because the man didn't vet the woman and didn't influence her and upgrade her enough before he even put her in the position of girlfriend or wife. You understand? And I've talked about this before on a number of different videos, is that the reason why a lot of, marriages or relationships and all this shit fucked up is because guys, they'll get with a girl, they'll be with her for fucking, 3 weeks. Then he's like, oh, I'm gonna make her my girlfriend. And then 6 months later, he marries the chick, and then she fucking fucks him over because this idiot didn't realize that he was supposed to take his time, vet the chick, make sure she was worth even being a girlfriend, forget marriage, worth being a girlfriend. And then while she's the girlfriend, make sure she's worth being a wife so that he can actually create a situation in his life that's going to benefit him. You understand? But he did it all fucking wrong. Because this is what you got to understand about marriage. Marriage, and not even just marriage, but relationships. Relationships are business. See, the reason why you're asking, what's the point of being, married if you're going to be in an open relationship is because you're looking at relationships like a chick. You understand? Even in your comments, you were saying, oh, you're not attracted to your wife. That's why you have your girlfriend. You sound like a chick. You understand? You sound like when a woman says, well, if you really loved your wife, you wouldn't, look at her, the woman, or you wouldn't cheat, like stupid shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're looking at, relationships on some lovey-dovey shit, you're looking at it from a woman's perspective. You understand? See, relationships from a man's perspective is business. You see what I'm saying? Let me break this down. So let's say, for example, you own a company, right? And you got somebody working part-time, right? The part-time worker, is the chick, right? Now, her working part-time, she's benefiting you, but only in a part-time sense. So she's making your company money, but she's only working there part-time. So this is the equivalent of, you having a fuck buddy. You feel what I'm saying? So this part-time position is just her giving you pussy, right? So that's the only benefit you're getting. You understand? So that's like the part-time worker. Now, let's say that same part-time worker is like, yo, I wanna upgrade to full-time. Can I work here full-time? Right? So now you say, okay, well, look, you've been a good part-time employee, so now I'm gonna bump you up to full-time. Now that she's full-time, right? She is benefiting your company even more, because the more time she's working, the more money you're making in your company. You see what I'm saying? You're getting more benefit, right? So, and the thing is, she earned being in the full-time position by being a good part-time employee. So now she's in a full-time position. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's like the equivalent of, let's say, her being your girlfriend, right? That's the full-time position. Now, what happens is that she's working full-time, and she's been working good, real good for full-time or whatever. And now she wants to, get into the manager position in your company, right? So then you notice that she's been, doing good full-time, right? And then you say, okay, she's been doing some good shit full-time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump her up to manager, right? So that's, let's say, the equivalent of a girl being your fiance now. She's going from girlfriend to fiance, right? And what you have to understand is, through each of these stages, because she's earned being in that position, what happens is that she gives you more benefit than the last position. You understand? But again, she has to earn it, right? So now she's, the manager. Now she's been working in that managerial position for a while. And then now, she's been doing her shit. She's been, she's shown improve. So now you make her vice president of the goddamn company. Now, because she's vice president of the company, when she was part-time, she was giving you or making you this amount of money. But now that she's vice president and in that position and actually doing more, right? She's making you way more money than when she was part-time. So the benefit of her being the vice president, which is now the equivalent of the marriage, the benefit you're getting, right, is way more than the benefit you were getting when she was working part-time. You understand? So basically what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that when you are at a certain level in the game, you are able to have a woman add to your life that is going to be something that's going to benefit you more than just pussy. See, a lot of you guys, you just think of the game on the level of pussy. You understand? And you don't look at it as, how can this woman serve me in other ways to benefit me or my purpose and what I'm doing? You understand? But what you have to understand is the way that she's going to benefit you in that way is that if she has been putting in all of that time and energy, which gets her attached to you, which gets her to actually do those things. The thing with a lot of dudes, the reason why they have a lot of fucked up, relationships and marriages and all this other stuff, again, was because they let that person into their company and they gave them a fucking manager position in 2 weeks. You understand? When that person wasn't prepared to be the manager yet. When that person wasn't prepared to be the vice president yet. They just gave them the fucking position. And that's what a lot of dudes do. So when you ask, what's the point of being in an open marriage? It's the same thing as the point of being in a, monogamous marriage. The point is that you get a different benefit having that woman in that position with you than if she's just a fuck buddy. But again, she has to earn that position. Right? And what's going to happen is, because she earned that position, she's going to do what needs to be done in that position to benefit you. But that's only if you're doing it right. You feel what I'm saying? Which is having her show and prove before she gets to the next levels. You understand? Now, the thing I want to also, express in this video is, we talk about open relationships, right? And the thing is this, I'm not here to say, I don't say open relationships are better than monogamy. Monogamy is better than open relationships. I say open relationships is for me personally. And the thing is, when I teach you guys to figure out what you want. This is why I say the truth is inside you. What's your truth? What is the thing that you want in your situations, right? But the thing is, what I find interesting is that there's a lot of similarities to, open relationships and monogamy in certain situations, but people just don't really see it, because this is the question I get a lot. So people, they'll ask me, they'll say, Mr. Lucario, how do you, how the hell do you deal with your wife being with other dudes? Like, that's crazy. Like, if she's being sexual with them, then, she's going to come back to you, and she's, been with other guys and all this other stuff. And, when I hear that, I'm like, it's interesting that, you guys would say that, because what I find funny is how, a lot of guys don't realize that same exact thing is happening when you're out here dating these girls. You understand? So if you go to the bar with your friends and you meet some chick and y'all hit it off and y'all start making out, right? That same girl that you kissing, a couple of hours ago, she was sucking dick. Ask me how I know. You understand? That girl you went on a date with the other day, that first date, you understand? You was chilling with her, you was kissing her and all that other stuff. She just came from fucking another guy. Ask me how I know. You understand? That girl you took in, you took on 3 dates or whatever, and you just kissed her. You haven't even fucked yet. She's fucking 2 or 3 guys. You understand what I'm saying? Ask me how I know. Now, the reason why I know is because I was that guy. You understand? There's a lot of times where I would go over a girl's house, fuck the shit out of her, she sucked my dick, and then she goes on a date, literally an hour right after I'm doing all of that. Like, she, we fuck, you understand? She goes in the shower, gets dressed, and goes on a date. In fact, there was a time where I remember one time I fucked this chick, and by the time we were done, she was almost late for the date, so she didn't have time to even take a goddamn shower. So she went to meet the guy on the date, and she didn't even fucking shower. You understand what I'm saying? I've been through all of that stuff. So the funny part is that when I hear guys say, how do you deal with, your wife being with other men? I'm like, I ask them the same question. How do you deal with the girls you're dealing with being with other men? You know what I'm saying? Any girl that you're out here dating, trying to hook up with, trying to get with, they are fucking with other men. Most women that you date, that you talk to, that in the street, that you see at the bar, are already fucking multiple men. See, my wife being my wife and a girl you're fucking with just being a girl you're fucking with, that it doesn't make a difference. You understand? The label doesn't change the reality. The label of her being my wife and the label of her just being some random chick you fucked with doesn't change the reality that both of these women have other men that they're fucking with. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I said it's similar. This is the thing that people don't want to look at and see, right? Some people will say, well, oh, but if you're in an open relationship, what if the person you're with, sees another person, and then, like, let's say your girl wants to be with another guy. Well, so what? That can happen also if you're in a monogamous relationship. You can be in a monogamous relationship. Your girl could have some dude that works at her job, some dude at her gym, one of her friends, and, that she ends up liking and wants to be with that dude and not you. See, what I find interesting about that whole notion is that, it's weird how you would think, oh, the only reason my girl is with me is because there's no temptation of another guy around. That's the only reason. It's not because she, loves me, cares about me, wants me. No, it's because there's no other temptation. So think about that. Do you actually want to be with a woman who's just with you by default, or do you want her to actually be with you because she wants to be with you? You understand what I'm saying? So it's funny when people say that. It's like, oh, well, the open relationship thing is scary because what if my girl or whoever leaves me for the other person? Guess what? In a monogamous relationship, that person can also leave you for the other person. Now, another thing that people will say about or don't understand about open relationships, people will say, well, if you're, out here dealing with other people sexually, you're going to catch STDs and all of this other stuff, right? Now, it's interesting people say that because, and this is the thing, I'm not really a statistics guy and all that, but there's actually been studies that said that people who are in non-monogamous relationships, open relationships, practice more safe sex than monogamous people. And what they mean is that when a person is monogamous and if they cheat on the person they're with, they'll usually end up, doing a lot of weird ass shit that makes it to where they'll catch more STDs than a person who's in an open relationship. So for example, let's say a guy has a girlfriend and they have sex without condoms. And let's say that guy ends up cheating on her. And he cheats on his girl and he ends up catching an STD. Right? So what's going to happen is when he goes to his girl and his girl wants to have sex, what he's going to do is he's going to end up having sex with her without a condom. Why? Because if he was to put on a condom, she would be like, why are you putting on condoms? We fuck without condoms. So instead of having to have that conversation of, oh, well, listen, I fucked this other chick the other day and I think I caught something, so now I got to, wear a condom with you. He'll just save all that information, don't tell her shit, and then just keep fucking her, and then she'll end up catching an STD, right? Another, example is, let's say another guy has a girlfriend or whatever, and because he has a girlfriend, and then let's say they don't use condoms, what happens is that he is not going to bother to buy condoms or purchase condoms because he doesn't want to get caught with condoms. Because if his girlfriend sees him with condoms, because he's probably going to use condoms to fuck the other girls, she's going to be like, why the fuck do you got condoms? Who are you fucking? You understand? So in order to, not make that happen, he's not going to even bother to buy condoms. So what's going to happen is he's going to be out with his boys, chilling at some bar or whatever, and then some bad chick is going to she wants to fuck him now. She wants to fuck this guy in the bathroom, and they're in the bathroom kissing. She pulls his dick out or whatever, and because he don't got no fucking condoms, and he's, in the heat of the moment, he's going to fuck that chick without a condom. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is this, when you guys talk about open relationships or monogamy or marriage and all this other stuff, you got to understand there's different levels to the games. There's different sides of the game. You understand what I'm saying? And so you got to figure out what's right for you. That's all it really is. You see what I'm saying? And, what I find funny again about this comment this guy left is it's just hilarious to me. I'm like, it's, I don't know how you figured all this out. Like, were you spying in my house? Like, are you a private investigator? Like, you got all of this information. You knew that, I didn't find my wife attractive, and you knew that her sexual market value was low, and you just knew that who I really wanted to be with was my girlfriend. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you knew all of this information, and I'm just impressed that you thought that this is what it really was. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but that's pretty much it, man. I just the thing with me is I don't know if y'all notice this about me, but it irks me when I see people put out wrong information. I don't know. It's like I have this urge to correct it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I find it funny. It's like, oh, you don't find your wife sexually attractive. I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guys, look at that picture on the screen with me and that woman. She look unattractive to you? Click the link below to get the ebook 60-Second Game. In this book, you'll learn how your confidence, verbal communication skills, appearance, response to rejection, and honesty can affect your game. Click the link below to get your copy today.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
What's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.